What's up, everybody? Treasure Hog is back again with a new type of video here and with a little story behind it. Inside this bag is a collection. Now, my sister called me about a week ago. She lives here in town as well. She called me. She works for the Methodist Foundation, working with people that want to set up, monetary things within the Methodist Foundation. Basically, if they inherit some money and they want to donate to the Methodist Foundation or what, they handle people's estates and stuff like that. So one of their members' husband recently passed away in Little Rock, and the widow wife had his coin collection, had no idea what to do with it. So my sister contacted me, knowing that I do things with coins, and she sent me a list of what the lady had, and it was like 20 or 30 mint sets, all modern, some Eisenhower dollars, some commemoratives, a handful of constitutional silver, like 9 or 10 coins individually marked. None of them had mint mark, it's just a date. It was like 1911 Barber dollar or dime or something like that. And so I said, if you want, I'll take a look at it, be happy. She was asking if I knew any coin shops in Little Rock where the lady resided. I said, no, but honestly, you're going to, you want somebody like me that you could trust to give you a fair valuation of it, and before they go and just dump it at the bank or to essentially a pawn shop or whatever, especially a little old lady. So she was able to secure it, bring it back, and gave it to me today. And the only way you'll ever see this video is if I actually purchase this. This will never exist if I don't, but I feel like I'm going to. But anyways, as soon as she walked up with this, I knew this wasn't I knew there wasn't 20 mint sets in here or more, plus all the other stuff. So I opened it up. Let's see if I can do this with the camera. Oh, there we go. And so that's kind of what I see. So it was a good start. I'm like, okay. I knew these were modern. I pulled these out, and these are uncirculated rolls of, this one I'm not even sure. Let's see what year it is. You see this? 2010. Uncirculated. There is an uncirculated roll of the Arkansas state headquarters, so that's kind of cool with a diamond on it. Sorry, this is going to be real janky because I'm holding my phone. But anyways, I saw these old rolls, and I'm like, oh, what is that? So I grabbed one, and I just opened up the side. And I saw, I think, sorry, my feet on my belly there. You can't see that close. Well, this one doesn't even have it, so I thought this one with the D-Mint barcode was a 64, but let's go to this side. Benji. And then I open up another one. I haven't gone through this. This is it. I'm showing you guys as much as I've seen. And so I figured I'm going to get home, I'm going to film it, then I'm going to assess it and go from there. There's a 64 on this end. And another Benji. Nope, another 64 on this end. That's a 68, so 40% or so. There's another one in here. Maybe that's the one I saw. There's another Benji in here somewhere. That's a 64. Has to be this. It has to be. Just has to be. There he is. Here's Benji. So anyways, and then there were dimes, and I did pop one of these and saw like a 61 or 62 on the end. Now there's 4 or 5 dime rolls. There's miscellaneous Morgan dollars, all low value, or at least coal. Nice BU 64 quarter just sitting in the bottom of the bag. So anyways, I thought that was pretty sweet. It was much, much better than the list I had already given a valuation on, just based off of visually or just reading it. Peace dollar. There's a couple half dimes in here seated that are in pretty rough shape. So anyways, I'm going to go through this, and here at the end, here's just a miscellaneous barber dime. I'll have it laid out here, and we'll see what we came up with. So See y'all in a little bit. All right, we are sorted. Quite a full board here, so let's run through this real quick. Top row, nothing special. What a 64D, a decent 30S, Lincoln wheat. Just a nice 64D, clad 72, clad bicentennial. Pretty nice crown here. It's a 1965 crown. It was the first year, it's clad, it's Cooper nickel, but this was the first year they depicted somebody other than someone from the royal family with the honoring the memorial of Winston Churchill. So I've seen these around, but that just happened to be in there. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then we had 2 uncirculated rolls of quarters from Arkansas, the 2000 natural state or the diamond state, whatever it says, 2003, I'm sorry. And then the Hot Springs. So that's pretty cool. He had those in there. Now, everything else is silver. So oldest of the group were these 2 seated half dimes, both in pretty rough shape, but we had a second year 1838. I don't know if this is going to go with everything in the way there, huh? Yeah. 1838, real rough on the reverse. And then there was a 39-0 right here, even slicker. Probably an AG3, maybe even a fair 2. But the reverse is decent. 1 single barber. It's a barber dime, 1912, Philadelphia. And then we had, out of the 4 rolls, so we had these 4 rolls, 1, 2, 3, 4 dimes, and then 3 halves, right? So out of the 4 rolls, all rosies except for a couple of Mercs. Let's see what we had here. We had a 37, looks like a Philly, a 38 Denver, and then a 30 or a 40 45, I think I saw a Denver. Yeah. So as far as rosies go, pretty much the whole set. We were missing just 1 year, which was 55, but we started off with the 46 Phillies, 47 Philly Denver, 48 and 49 Denvers, 50 Philly Denver, 51 Denver, 52s, 53, 54, 55, nothing, then 56, 57, 58, 59. Then in the 60s, 61, 2, 3, and then 64 Phillies are these back 2 stacks, and then 3.5 stacks of 64 Denver. So I know there's lots of varieties to go through on dimes, or at least some mint mark stuff. So that'll be the next step. We have 1 single quarter, but it happened to be a very nice BU 64. The Washington silver quarter is one of my absolute favorites in mint state. I just love it. Just as a kid, you know, getting a quarter was like a big deal. I mean, a clad quarter, any quarter with Washington. So I love the Eagle reverse. I just always liked these. So got a good stack of those. Then let's get into the halves. So we had 40s. Oops, sorry, I'm looking through my camera. 65 through 69, no 70s. Pretty good stack though. 64 Phillies and Denvers. Pretty good stack as well. And then in our walkers, had 5 total. 36, 41, 42, 43, and 45. Benjis, 51, 2, 3, no, 51, 2, 4, 59. Then we had a 61. This was the nicest of the bunch. It looks pretty mint state. I was not going to get a good cartwheel with the lights I have, but it seems relatively scratched up on this side. Looking at it under the scope. Reverse is gorgeous though. Not full bell lines, but it was pretty close. So those are the 60s, 2s and 3s. And then finally on our dollars, we had a few Morgans, really, really rough. 79, and 83, I believe. Yeah, 1900, and then 21s. This was a really pretty mint state with some toning. It's got a lot of chatter though. I mean, it's a low mint state, but I do believe it may get an AU, but pretty nice. I think it'd get a low mint state if it were to be graded. And then piece, we had 1, 2, 3. So this one was gorgeous, except for a huge scratch right there. Other than that, man, it was in really good shape. I was sad to see that big old scratch. So that's it. That's the stack, the collection. Next up, I will start going through all these for any types of airs, varieties, VAMs, whatever. And if there's anything there, I will let you guys know at the end. Otherwise, I'll just give you a total of silver that I got here and go from there. All right, see you in a bit. All right, we've got the final sort and tally ready to go. So let's do a real quick run through, since I know this video is already lasting a long time. But nothing special in the dimes. Had that beautiful 64 Washington quarter, my 40s, my 64 Kennedys, then Walkers, Benjis, and this is peace and Morgan dollars. What I pulled to the side here were just those two toned ones. This one's not looking too great under the, as great as I want it to in the Mylar, but it's just a pretty Benji. I figured I would pull aside. It's hard to see the toning it's on there. It is kind of light, but the luster has been affected, so I don't know if it was cleaned or what. Peace dollar was beautiful, other than that big old fat scratch right across her neck. You can see that. And then I just really liked this 21 Morgan. That's I don't know if I'll submit it or not. It's got great details, but a ton of chatter, so I don't know if it would get a mint state or not. It's got good luster, but just has a bunch of chatter on the front. You can tell the outward facing of the roll it was in forever to get that kind of toning as an ender. It also caused a lot of chatter. So, but the find of the collection, I've got underneath the scope. We're going to pull up over here first, Variety Vista. And so it's a 64D Kennedy DDO FS104. So you see right there, FS104. I'll pull up some of the main markers to look at. This I in Liberty, it's got really big doubling at the bottom. It's kind of hard to see with the shadow, but there's a good notch up there. And then in the motto, Geo of In God We Trust, you can see a big southwest right there is what, doubling on the rounded edge of the G and the O, as well as the serifs top and bottom. So what we've got into the scope, you can see that notch on the I in Liberty, and then the bottom as well. It's a little hard to see in this lighting. And then the Geo of God. You can see the notch here, big fat notch here, and then the southwest rim coming up and around. And once you take it out of underneath massive magnification, I got lucky, and this one was a really nice shape. It's not a DDO that's all banged up. So I'll probably be submitting this. The reverse is amazing. There is quite a bit of chatter. So I hope they don't give me an AU grade for that. But even in a low mint state, you can see right there is the FS104 right here. Even in a low mint state, 60 is 125 bucks, and it jumps up to 225 and a 63. So I'm hoping for the best. It'll get somewhere in between there. So pretty sweet overall. I was really excited to get this collection. Glad to bring you all in on all of it. And yeah, on to the next one. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Goodbye.